Imagine with me for a minute that you're in the mountains doing some hiking, very determined to get to the top and plant your feet on the peak and be proud of what you've done. When all of a sudden you notice a cliff, the edge of the mountain. It's intriguing, and you've heard about these cliffs before and how they can be dangerous, but you're still curious, so you keep moving forward. It can't be that bad, right? It looks harmless. In fact, look, there's some of the people that you know from church and from your family. It definitely can't be that bad then. The view must be incredible, otherwise they wouldn't be here. You walk closer and closer and it seems fine, so you keep going closer. And man, it is incredible. It is gorgeous. Because of the view and because of the people, you keep walking, so you don't realize that you're so distracted by what's on the other side of the cliff that you've lost track of where your feet are, and all of a sudden you slip and What's up, guys? My name is Aaron with the Stint Leadership Team. So that scenario I just talked about in the intro, it may seem a bit dramatic, but man, maybe you see where I'm going with it. You see, as Christians, this kind of a thing can happen to us so easily in our spiritual lives. We're focused on finishing the climb of Christianity, which we should be, but then we get so distracted by the proverbial cliff of sin. The world and all it has to offer can look incredible and spectacular, but it can be dangerous and even deadly. And so we tend to ask ourselves, how close can we get to the cliff of sin and still be fine? I think the first problem may be in the question we're asking. We're tempted to become like the world every day. It's all around us, but how much is too much? How close is too close? Maybe we should be asking, why get so close? In 1 Peter 2:12, we're told to live such good lives among the pagans that though they accuse you of doing wrong, they may see your good deeds and glorify God on the day He visits. We're told to live such good lives. Our hearts as believers should be that of moving away from sin, not as close as we can without sinning. You might notice that I'm not applying this to one specific sin, and that's because it applies to every single one of them. Do what you need to do in your own life to position yourself further and further from sin, rather than as close as you can be without sinning. You see, in that hiking scenario I gave earlier, we would agree it's foolish to hike as close as you can to the edge of a cliff when there's a much clearer and safer path further in and away from danger. If you stumble, you're farther away from the cliff and you'll be in a much better position to get up and keep going than if you trip and fall right along the edge of the cliff where you could be lights out. See, we're called to live a life that imitates Jesus Christ. You know, the guy who is perfect. We can be very good at justifying our own sinful thoughts, and not always even to other people, but sometimes just to ourselves, or even justifying our sin to God Himself. Man, it's hard to follow in the footsteps of Jesus, but we shouldn't justify why we're not. It's hard to go one way in the world when all your friends and family are going the exact opposite way. I get it. But here's the thing. I want to encourage you with this verse. It's in our Stint Takes intro, actually. Paul says it so well. It comes from Romans 12. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Guys, it can be hard, but it is so worth it. Keep pressing on. Friends, this is just barely the tip of the iceberg when it comes to these things that we could talk deeper and deeper and in more discussions about and get more specific on sin areas. And we might cover those in future videos, but for now, please let us know what your thoughts and comments are. We want to know what you think. So please let us know down below, and we'd love to talk with you about it and enter into that discussion. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see our next videos, see our previous videos. Guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks.
If you want to learn more about this topic and many others, or about our cost-free Stint internship, visit toddbecker.org/stint.